Hello everyone, and welcome to the Global Adventures, the channel where we explore the world and share our tips and experiences. In this video, we are going to show you the top 10 things to do in Paris, the city of lights, love, and art. Paris is one of the most popular and beautiful destinations in the world, and there is so much to see and do here. We will also give you some advice on the best time to visit, the cost of travel, and the best recommendations. And make sure to watch until the end, because we have a bonus for you that you don't want to miss. So, without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Eiffel Tower. The first thing to do in Paris is, of course, to visit the Eiffel Tower. This is the most famous landmark in Paris and probably in the whole world. It was built in 1889 for the World's Fair, and it stands at 324 meters tall. It is an amazing feat of engineering and design, and it offers some of the best views of the city. You can see the tower from many places in Paris, but the best way to experience it is to go up to the top. You can buy tickets online or at the ticket office, but be prepared to wait in long lines, especially during peak season. We recommend buying tickets in advance or taking the stairs instead of the elevator, which is cheaper and more rewarding. You can also enjoy the tower at night when it sparkles every hour for 5 minutes. It is a magical sight that you will never forget. Number 2, Louvre Museum. The second thing to do in Paris is to explore the Louvre. This is the world's largest and most visited art museum, and it houses some of the most famous artworks in history. The museum is located in a former royal palace, and it has a stunning glass pyramid at the entrance. The museum has over 35,000 artworks, spread over 8 departments and 3 wings. You can find paintings, sculptures, drawings, antiquities, and more from different cultures and periods. Some of the highlights include the Mona Lisa, the Venus de Milo, and the Winged Victory of Samothrace. The museum is so huge that you can spend hours or even days here and still not see everything. That's why we suggest planning your visit ahead, choosing the best entrance, downloading the app, and booking a guided tour. You can also buy a skip-the-line ticket or a Paris pass to avoid the crowds. Number 3, Notre Dame. The third thing to do in Paris is to admire Notre Dame. This is one of the most beautiful and impressive cathedrals in the world, and it has a rich history in architecture. It was built in the 12th and 13th centuries, and it features a Gothic style, with flying buttresses, stained glass windows, and gargoyles. It is also the setting of the famous novel, The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. Unfortunately, in 2019, a fire broke out and damaged part of the building, including the spire and the roof. The cathedral is currently undergoing restoration, and it is expected to reopen in 2024. However, you can still visit the exterior, the towers, the crypt, and the treasury for a small fee. You can also enjoy the free views of the facade, the rose windows, and the gargoyles from the square in front of the cathedral or from the nearby bridges and islands. Number 4, Champs-Élysées. The fourth thing to do in Paris is to stroll along the Champs-Élysées. This is the most famous and elegant avenue in Paris, and the place to go for shopping, dining, and entertainment. It stretches for 1.9 kilometers from the Place de la Concorde to the Arc de Triomphe, and it is lined with trees, flowers, and fountains. Along the way, you can find some of the most prestigious brands, such as Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and Dior, as well as some of the most popular cafes, restaurants, and cinemas. You can also see some of the most iconic monuments, such as the Grand Palais, the Petit Palais, and the Obelisk. The best way to enjoy the avenue is to walk from one end to the other, or to take a bike or a bus tour. You can also visit the avenue at night when it is illuminated by thousands of lights. Number 5, Champs de Mars. The fifth thing to do in Paris is to enjoy a picnic at the Champs de Mars. This is a large and green park at the foot of the Eiffel Tower, and a popular spot for locals and tourists to relax and have a picnic. It is a great way to experience the Parisian lifestyle and to enjoy the views of the tower and the surroundings. You can buy some cheese, bread, wine, and fruits from a nearby market or bakery and find a nice spot on the grass. You can also play some games, read a book, or listen to some music. The park is open 24 hours a day and it is free to enter. You can also visit the park at night, when the tower and the park are lit up. Number 6, Versailles. The sixth thing to do in Paris is to visit Versailles. This is a magnificent palace and garden complex that was once the residence of the French kings and queens and the site of many historical events. It is located about 20 kilometers from Paris, and it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The palace has over 700 rooms, decorated with gold, marble, paintings, and chandeliers. Some of the most famous rooms are the Hall of Mirrors, the King's Chamber, and the Royal Chapel. The garden has over 800 hectares, filled with fountains, statues, flowers, and trees. Some of the most famous features are the Grand Canal, the Orangerie, and the Petit Trianon. The palace and the garden are open to the public, and you can take a day trip from Paris by train, bus, or car. You can also buy a skip-the-line ticket or a Paris pass to avoid the crowds. Number 7. Latin Quarter. The seventh thing to do in Paris is to discover the Latin Quarter. This is the oldest and most lively neighborhood in Paris, and the home of many universities, churches, museums, and cafes. It is located on the left bank of the Seine, and it has a bohemian and intellectual atmosphere. You can explore the narrow streets, the charming squares, and the hidden courtyards, and visit some of the attractions such as the Pantheon, the Sorbonne, and the Shakespeare and Company bookstore. You can also enjoy the nightlife, the street art, and the street performers. The Latin Quarter is a great place to experience the culture and the history of Paris, and to meet some of the locals and the students. Number 8. Seine River. The 8th thing to do in Paris is to cruise along the Seine. This is the river that runs through the heart of Paris, and that offers some of the best views of the city's landmarks. You can take a boat tour either during the day or at night, and choose between a sightseeing, a lunch, or a dinner cruise. You can see the river's bridges, islands, and banks, and the sights along the way, such as the Musée d'Orsay, the Notre Dame, and the Eiffel Tower. You can also learn some facts and stories about the river and the city from the audio guide or the live commentary. A cruise along the Seine is a romantic and relaxing way to enjoy Paris and to see it from a different perspective. Number 9. Moulin Rouge. The 9th thing to do in Paris is to experience the Moulin Rouge. This is the most famous cabaret in the world, and it offers a spectacular show of music, dance, and costumes. It was founded in 1889, and it is located in the Montmartre district, near the red windmill that gives it its name. The show features over 60 artists, performing various acts, such as the can-can, the acrobatics, and the comedy. The show also includes a dinner option, with a choice of menus and drinks. The tickets are expensive and sell out fast, so you should book well in advance and dress smartly. The Moulin Rouge is a must-see for anyone who loves entertainment and glamour, and who wants to feel the spirit of Paris. Number 10. French cuisine. The 10th thing to do in Paris is to sample the French cuisine. Paris is a gastronomic paradise, and there are many delicious dishes and desserts to try. You can find some of the typical foods, such as croissants, crepes, baguettes, cheese, escargots, onion soup, ratatouille, steak frites, and macarons. You can also find some of the best places to eat, such as bistros, brasseries, patisseries, and markets. You can also try some of the regional specialties, such as the crème brûlée, the quiche Lorraine, and the coq au vin. You can also pair your food with some of the finest wines, such as the Champagne, the Bordeaux, and the Burgundy. The French cuisine is a delight for the senses and a reflection of the culture and the history of the country. Bonus, Paris catacombs. And now for the bonus. The bonus thing to do in Paris is to visit the catacombs. This is a secret and spooky attraction that not many tourists know about, and that consists of an underground network of tunnels and chambers filled with the bones of millions of Parisians. This was created in the 18th century to solve the problem of overcrowded cemeteries, and it is now open to the public for a guided tour. You can enter the catacombs from a small door on the Denfert-Rochereau Square, and you will descend 20 meters below the ground. You will then walk for about 2 kilometers through dark and narrow corridors until you reach the ossuary, where you will see the bones arranged in various patterns and designs. You will also see some inscriptions, sculptures, and monuments related to death and the afterlife. The tour lasts for about an hour, and it is not recommended for people who are claustrophobic or who have heart or respiratory problems. The catacombs are a fascinating and eerie attraction that will give you a glimpse of the hidden side of Paris. And that's it for this video. We hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something new. Paris is a wonderful city, and there is so much more to discover. We hope you will visit it soon and have an amazing time. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. What is your favorite thing to do in Paris? Or what would you like to see next? We would love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our new videos. We post new videos every week about different destinations and topics. You can also check out our website, our social media, and our other videos for more travel tips and inspiration. Thank you for watching and see you in the next adventure. Bye.